Yo, this is your boy James over at XpectoGO, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Wizards Unite content. And today, we are here to talk about new fortress chambers. Yes, we're here to talk about new fortress chambers and why I think we might be getting them in Harry Potter Wizards Unite. Hashtag soon. And so I'm going to be breaking this video down into 4 parts. How do we know they even exist? Then why are we getting them sooner rather than later? When are we getting them? When do I think we're getting them? And what it might look like. So disclaimer, this is not official Harry Potter Wizards Unite news. This is just James over at XpectoGO being crazy and sharing what's in his head. So, yo, without further ado, let's start with how do we even know these chambers exist? I think they exist because of the foes and the registry categories that have not been released yet. And how do I know they even exist? It was because back in March or April of 2019, during the beta period for Australia and New Zealand, the data mined information showed a ton of Wizarding Challenge foes and a ton of Challenge Registry categories. More than the ones we currently have in game. Even the foes, there are a ton. A lot more than we currently are seeing in game right now. And they had teased some of these foes at least. Starting with the Dark Witch. Back in March, I believe, March 11th. They have revealed the first look at the gameplay for Harry Potter Wizards Unite, and the Dark Witch was front and center. Now, she was blonde, but she was front and center. Fast forward, we don't see her at all at launch. She's not even in the game until October during the Dark Arts month, where she comes in with the Basilisk and the Dark Ministry official. And so I was like, where has she been? Well, she was in the code. The game developers just decided to bring her in for certain events. Another example is the Poacher from the Nature and Niffler event back in April. He's an oddity, correct? Yes. We had saw him back again during the data mined information as a Wizarding Challenge foe, which makes sense for him to be an oddity in the first place. And so it's cool kind of seeing all of this work together and seeing, hey, we have this information here. Let's pick and choose where we're going to put it. And I think when they bring in the new chambers, they're going to pick and choose some of the foes that have not been released yet and put them in those new chambers. Another reason, the adversaries, the poster region in your registry under the challenges, there are a ton more posters, So that's my reason why I think the chambers already exist, because they have all these foes to pull from. All right, so why do I think we're getting the new chambers sooner rather than later? That's because Community Day that we just completed for the month of May, and particularly the task 4 assignment where we have to complete Dark Chamber 5 and win riding the Night Bus. The reason I say that came out of nowhere. To me, that came out of nowhere. That seemed kind of forced a little bit, right? And the reason I say that is because the majority of this player base before the Night Bus happened were not used to playing with others. And we still see that right now. They're not used to using strategies and healing others and passing focus on. They're not used to it because majority of these cats are role players and they can't find others to play with, which makes sense. So for them, a couple of months later, to force them to complete Dark Chamber 5, that seemed kind of out of nowhere. It seemed like a bonus assignment, kind of. But if there are reasons for forcing the majority of the player base to complete Dark Chamber 5 was to allow the majority of the player base to be able to participate in the new chambers that they're introducing, then it makes more sense, in my opinion. So that's my reason why I think it's coming. The new chambers are coming sooner rather than later, because they kind of forced our hand into having the majority of the player base complete Dark Chamber 5. Another reason is because I think we're getting new lessons sooner rather than later. So the new lessons combined with the new chamber just makes sense, especially if they up the max for your profession. If they add new spells, strategic spells, and more lessons, it makes sense to introduce new chambers for this game alongside the new lessons. So those are my two reasonings, Community Day, and I think new lessons are coming, for why I think we're going to get new chambers sooner rather than later. Next up, when? When do I think we're getting these new chambers? And that is the big question. And honestly, if I'm guessing, based off of all this information I just shared, the stuff I've been thinking about, if I'm guessing, I'm thinking it's around the same time frame. I think we're getting the lessons between the anniversary day, which is in a couple of weeks, and the end of September, which is when everybody goes to school. I think it's around that time frame. Now, which would come first? The lessons or the new chambers? I don't know. I would assume the new lessons before the chambers. But I don't know. Maybe the new chambers so we can get used to it and then introduce the new lessons. They could do it so many ways. This is all, again, theory. But I think that's a good window to release these new features. Plus, if we're going off the video I did earlier with the new lessons, and history repeating itself, Niantic changed up massively the raid system in Pokemon Go. They added raids and the gym system like completely changed, and it's still the way it is till this day. And that was back in 2017. So that's what I'm thinking. In the next 3 to 4 months, by the end of September, or the soonest on our anniversary in June 19th, like I said, with the new lesson plans. Last and certainly not least, what do I think it would look like? That is a great question. I think it would look like, first, the names of them. If you look at the names of the 4 chambers we have, the rooms, the towers, the forest, and the darks. A lot of these are themed after sections of Hogwarts. The forest, the Forbidden Forest chamber, that makes sense. The tower chambers, I mean, there's towers everywhere at Hogwarts. Astronomy Tower, which is why the tower chamber looks like the Astronomy Tower. But all of these seem to be themed around Hogwarts. Heck, the night bus is taking you to Hogwarts Castle. So it makes sense if the next chambers are named or even themed after parts of Hogwarts. Also, I think the chambers might be specific to individual foes. And then you got adversaries, which I think is going to be a certain chamber for adversaries as well, which are the posters in your challenge registry. So this is me just spitballing, thinking of what it could be. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I like theories like this. I like thinking outside the box what could be. And I don't know, like, none of this could happen. Like, none of this could happen. But that's what's so cool about talking about Harry Potter Wizards Unite and games that we love. You hope it does. You hope it does. So that's me, like, sharing my thoughts on new chambers in Harry Potter Wizards Unite. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on this topic? Comment below and let me know. Yo, and let's talk some Harry Potter Wizards Unite. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out with your boy. Just listening to my mind go. But yo, if you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed the discussion, drop a like. All that helps the video. If you are new, consider subscribing to the channel. Here you be getting all the latest and greatest Wizards Unite content, gameplay tips, news, and updates. So if that's something you're into, yo, consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell if you do as well, so you can get all the new content when I drop it on our channel, XpectoGO. Also follow us on our various forms of social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We post daily. We have a giveaway going. I'll have a link below. We got a couple of more days left. You guys are killing it with the entries. But yo, I'm gonna get out of here. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys in the next video. This was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. Until next time.